Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. You are getting your reward for going through a storm. You're getting your reward for going through a storm. For some of you, this could be the tower energy that's been coming through, okay? So much tower energy. I've been hearing the name towers, the last name towers. I've been hearing in Spanish, torres. I've been seeing the number 16, 1 and 6. A lot of 6s. So lots of tower energy, and some channeled messages came through for you, okay? So Divine says it was meant to be shaken up. Whatever this tower energy applies to in your life, whatever it feels like you've been going through a transformation or you felt some upheaval, it was meant to be shaken up. This will be the best tower moment / era of your life. Okay, that's the message that's coming through. So whatever change, major change you have experienced in whatever area of your life, it was meant to happen. And it was meant to happen, 144 on the timer, it was meant to happen for you. Because so often in the spiritual community, in the tarot community, we fear the tower, right? It's like, oh Lord, not the tower. But you know, it's like if shit never gets shaken up, then we're constantly in the same frequency. And sometimes we need that sudden change or that sudden realization. And it does bring change, but it's always aligned. And as long as we don't resist it, it brings beautiful blessings. Okay, and that's what's coming towards you, is beautiful blessings. Divine says, do not fear the tower. It brings you inconceivable blessings. So these are blessings that you, whatever you have dreamed of, whatever you have hoped for, these blessings take you so far beyond that, it's not even funny. Or maybe it is. Maybe you want to laugh. Hey, go ahead. It's just so much pleasure that is waiting for you. And I'm like excited talking about this because this, you know, we go through the spiritual warfare. We go through I feel like spiritual warfare is like strength training. You know what I'm saying? It's like they hit you with attacks and you have to figure out how to get strong so you can defend yourself, right? But you've been building your spiritual muscles for a while now. And now Divine says that you are ready for that next level. So some of you have already been going through this tower, and there's going to be another phase of change. But Divine says that it is so divinely aligned. It's just a continuation of what you've already been through, but now it's a phase that you're going to see the blessings that you have earned. Okay, you're going to see them, you're going to feel them. Divine really wants you to lean into these changes that you're being guided towards. Please don't fight it. Please don't fight it. And trust is the biggest thing right now. And I know for some of us, we've been through so much trauma that it is really hard to trust anybody, you know? And that's the beautiful thing about trusting Spirit, is like, you know, Spirit is never going to lead you astray. But in this situation, there may be a person that you'll need to trust. There may be a process that you'll need to trust. Trust is big. First and foremost, you're ready for this because you've already learned to trust yourself. You've already learned to trust the voice of Spirit. And so you are now ready to begin this next phase of your journey, all right? That does require trust. All right. Something else that's coming through that's really, really important is regulating your emotions, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, you've already been working on this, 444 on the timer. Divine is saying that the level of protection that comes to you for having the ability to regulate your emotions. Spirit said, you render toxic people powerless over you. when you are able to regulate your emotions, okay? So that means that all that work that we've been doing to heal our past traumas, our fears, we're using that in the moment when someone hits us with something that's supposed to shift our vibe, right? We're recalling the fact that we are divine. You are remembering in that moment when you're tested. You are remembering that you are divine and that you do not need to be shaken for anything, because your divine protection is a sure thing, no matter what. And so it's having this trust, there we go with the trust, in spirit and in the healing work that you've done to bring you to this place of peace. And I'm hearing perfect peace. 5:55 on the timer, so that even when you're going through change, your peace is steady. There's not a whole lot of things in this world that are perfect, but you are developing perfect peace, okay? It's exactly what you need for every challenge, okay? And bringing this strength, or utilizing this strength that you have to regulate your emotions, is what will allow you to fully manifest everything that is coming towards you on this next part of your journey, okay? So it will help you to fully manifest every blessing that is coming in for you. One last message that came through was that if there is someone who has been sending spiritual attacks to you, and it really feels like this person has been doing a lot of work in the spiritual realm to send energetic frequencies towards you in order to sabotage things in your life, but they're seeing that it's not working. They're seeing that you are achieving success no matter what. You're remaining in a peaceful state no matter what. They can't get you down. So now they're trying things in the physical realm. And this feels like a cyclical thing, like they were doing things in the physical realm, and then they focused more on spiritual attacks, sending energy, and now they see that that doesn't work. So now they're trying to use communication or something that they can do in the physical realm to try to bring you down. Practice regulating your emotions when you experience these jabs or these attacks, because what was coming through was that there is a worker, an energy worker, who for some of you, they are intentionally sending things to you, whether it's a text message or something said on a phone call or an email or something like that, where they are trying to make you angry. Now, it could be sadness that they're trying to send as well, but really they're trying to get you with the frequency of anger, okay? And what they're doing is trying to create an energetic bond to you due to that energetic response. So it's like they send something that they know is gonna make you nervous or make you angry or something like that, and they're hoping that it does, so that they have a stronger pathway or a stronger channel, a wider channel to reach you as they send other attacks. So trying to bind you basically is what they're doing, okay? So that's why emotional regulation is so important at this time. And you're going to another phase that is so bright, so abundant, and so beautiful, where you might experience some things like this, and you are going to be so prepared, okay? There's nothing that anybody will be able to do or say to you or send to you that would take you off your path. Not a thing, okay? Ashe Spirit, thank you, Divine. They're saying to start with the cards. Okay, so I don't usually do that, but let's go. Okay, that one was, okay. We got the grass is not greener. Somebody is realizing that the grass is not greener on the other side. I feel like this is somebody who was dipping their energy into two different realms, okay? they were taking a swim over here in this pool and taking a swim over there in the other pool, and they realized that that shallow pool wasn't doing nothing for them. So they want to go with you in the deep pool. That's what I'm getting. It's like there's something, and this doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be something regarding a business situation or something where a person was not appreciating the energy that you provide through your services, or a relationship with a family member. It feels like that. Okay, there could be some energy that you were lending to a family member that was very deep. It was very profound, because you are a beautifully profound being and you have so much to offer as far as your advice, and they were taking that for granted. So they went to another source of support. And I'm seeing that card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, All That Glitters. So there was something that looked a little shiny, you know, a little attractive somehow, a little appealing somehow, 1111 on the timer. And they went through that portal and they realized that there was not a damn thing for them there. Okay. So they want to come on back to the deep end because they realize that you are where it's at. And this involves a soul level upgrade or initiation. So this person that realizes that the grass is not greener on the other side, they are being invited to experience a soul level upgrade or initiation. This situation involves deep past life connections. Okay, so this could, oh look, you're glowing. You are glowing. You're glowing. Now, ooh, this is good too. I'm just going to pull until they're not face up. Okay, that's two more. Their friends are their biggest enemies. So somebody is realizing that their friends that they thought were friends are actually frenemies or enemies. Okay, they do not have their best interest at heart. And also I'm getting that somebody got some really bad advice that towed them up. Okay, they feel toe up from the flow up. They got really bad advice. And this is something that you had already advised them about. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. This is something that you had given them advice about that was completely aligned, divinely aligned, and it was going to lead them to exactly the place where they needed to be energetically. And there was something about, I'm hearing something about your presentation that it is not that it rubbed them the wrong way. They took it as offensive, but I'm hearing that that's because they were in their ego. So there was something that was meant to help guide them to the correct place, to the correct space. And I'm hearing that you said it with love. It may have been a little tough love, but there's nothing wrong with that every once in a while. You know, I feel like you have a gentle spirit, and whatever it was that you said, that you shared with this person, you said it from a space of love. I see your heart chakra glowing. That's what, oh look, and it's written in green. Yeah, when you gave this person this advice, your heart chakra was lit, okay? It was, you were really aligned, and so was your advice. But they found out that, oh my God, the next, it says on their way to prison. I'm getting that this isn't the person that you gave advice to, but it's the people that they took advice from. Somebody in their little clique that they thought they were clicked up with is now on their way to prison. They about to do some serious time. So yeah, it sounds like they did not go to the right people for advice. They feel like old news. They feel like old news. There's something that they feel like perhaps their time with you has passed, but I'm looking at the star on the moon poster. There's like a glimmer of light that they're hoping for, some hope. Okay, let's get some more energy on this. Thank you, Divine. What's coming through regarding this situation that Divine is bringing to light? for this beautiful being? Gifts and teamwork. Okay, gifts and teamwork. So there's somebody who wants to, I'm hearing, explore your gifts. They want to explore your gifts. And they want to make adjustments. They want to make adjustments. They want to collaborate as well. At the bottom, memory, battle, mimicry, communication. Oh, release. Okay, so it feels like, oh, this person witnessed someone else mocking you. You know what I'm getting is that, okay, let me put them in the order they came out in. This is what it feels like. It feels like somebody came to you for advice, right? And I'm getting that they came to you for advice. It wasn't unsolicited. You gave them divine advice that would lead them to their highest order, their highest mission, okay, highest purpose. They didn't want to hear what you had to say because when they were asking you for advice, they were in a state of ego. So it's almost like, well, why even ask, right? And now we're in the minute of 16. We're in the 16th minute, Tower. So that's what all that Tower was about as well. Not only regarding some sort of upheaval that you've been through, but this person is now in a tower. They're like in the thick of it. Okay? I feel like whatever upheaval it is that you've experienced, you are... Remember, Spirit said that you're experiencing these blessings, but this person is in the thick of their tower. You know when the tower first hits, how that feels, right? Especially if you're not aligned, it hits even harder, right? So this person did not take your advice. They went to a person or group that was mimicking you. They were trying to be like you, but they were fighting you. They were trying to be like you. They want to be like you. But they were not honoring you. They were not honoring your gifts, which this person now sees clearly that you are gifted. And they also see that your advice that you gave them was a beautiful divine gift. So they went to these people who were basically using this person who was seeking advice as a means of battle against you. So they were telling this person, oh, collective is this, collective is that, talking all kinds of shit, okay? And this person is very concerned about coming back to you because they know that you know what happened. They know because you're intuitive, you are perceptive, and you are insightful. And you know that this person had nothing good, or these people had nothing good to say about you. And this person entertained that. They did not stand up for you. They did not protect any sort of loyalty regarding their relationship towards you. So if there's anything that this person did wrong, it's that they took for granted your beautiful energy and they were not loyal, and that when they were presented with an opposing force or a force that was opposing you, okay, this group of people that was opposing you, they didn't protect your honor. They didn't. And so now this person has completely released these, I'll call them troublemakers, because that's what it feels like. It feels like they were just looking for an opportunity to battle you. And they saw this person who was closely associated with you as a means of being able to mock you or attack you. Because I'm getting that somebody in this group that's going to prison, they made a job out of mocking you. You would have thought they were getting paid for it. And it could be a situation where they were promised some sort of compensation in order to attack you in some way. Because you are a very abundant being. And so there is abundance naturally built into every project that you take on. So I would not be surprised if it was because of an inheritance or because of a project that you were moving forward with that they knew was going to be abundant. They wanted to access your prosperity, okay? And they felt like if they could not access your prosperity, they wanted to stop you from being able to manifest it. But these people who are attacking you may have been paid to influence you in a negative way. Okay, that's for some of you. That won't apply to everybody. So now this person really wants to communicate with you, but they're afraid that the memories that you have, because they know you know, okay? They know you know. You got all the details, you got the footnotes, you got everything. And you understand what happened in this situation because of your insight, because of your willingness to reflect and learn from situations. You really have gotten a good grip on what happened here. And they're nervous about coming to you. Okay, I've been working with the owls a lot, but I'm being guided to this Star Tarot. So let's see what this Star Tarot is bringing through. Divine, please tell us about this person that wants to approach the collective but is afraid at this time. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Cups, the Fool. I know they feel like a fool, so I'm taking that literally as I first see it. Okay, we got a King of Swords who is on the fence. Three of Cups. And Judgment, okay? Yeah, King of Swords is having a wake-up call. I also feel like you're seeing this King of Swords on the fence. This feels like the person who is coming through is wanting to come back towards you, okay? This King of Swords could be an air sign, or they might have significant air placements in their chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? Doesn't have to be, but they're in their air energy. They're really heavy right now in their thought energy. And I feel like you're seeing them on the fence because you're kind of like, I care about this person. Take what resonates. You might be like, bye. But I'm getting that there is a sense of like, that's why you might be seeing them on the fence, because you're discerning your take on this person and how to either guard your energy from this person and keep your boundaries up, or allow there to be some healing and some connection with this person. And it'll be different depending on your specific experience, okay? So you'll have to use discernment, but let's see what's coming through. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Cups. This King of Cups knows that they went wrong, and it doesn't have to be a male, okay? They're just in their masculine energy right now, but it could be male, female, non-binary. But they know that they have earned a lot of sad karma, basically, okay? Because of the choices that they made with you, because of the choices that they made behind your back, they really regret not standing up for your honor, for your character, because out of all the people that they were involved with when they went to this group, this King of Swords knew you the best. They know you closely. And if anyone were prepared or equipped to be loyal to you, it was them. And what I'm getting is that they really regret the role that they took when they did not choose to stand by you. Okay? They feel like they spilled all the cups. Well, there's two up there. So look, and there's a rainbow. They're hoping for this connection with you. They really are. They're hoping for that connection. Also, there are butterflies in the rainbow. So they're hoping to transform this energy of sadness and regret for what they didn't do into positive transformation through connection. That's what they're hoping for, okay? They want a new start. With this Fool card, they do feel like a fool. 2444 on the timer. They realize that they juggled and played with their protection. That's what I'm getting from the 2-4-4-4. I'm getting like 2 of Pentacles, the 2s, you know, they were juggling their protection by going to someone who was opposing you energetically. They realize now, they're asking, why would I even do that? Why did I do that? But a part of it is because this person, see, this is a King of Swords, right? So I'm getting like air energy. You know, air energies are very sociable. They love to talk and chat and connect in a social way, right? Now, Aquarians need their time alone. But they are typically sociable, and it depends on a lot of other factors. You could have an Aquarius who's an introvert, of course, but typically air energy, especially Gemini, but all 3 can be very sociable. So this person likes to connect with other people, and they thought that they were giving these people a fair chance. You know what it is that they thought when you were giving them advice? Because you may have warned them about people in this group. You may have. Okay? They thought that you were being judgmental about this group of people. They thought that you were judging them harshly. So let's say if you made a statement about them like, you better watch your back with them, or I don't agree with what they have done here, or something like that. They felt like maybe their response would be, even if it's just in their mind, well, damn, that's harsh. Like, I don't see that about them. That's the key. You saw something in this 3 of Cups group that was playing games and trying to battle you. You saw something intuitively. You recognized a pattern because you are just that intuitive. And you're able to see patterns that you detect long before other people detect them. So you knew, I'm getting years, years ahead of when shit hit the fan with someone in this group that is now going to prison. You knew long before that this group or somebody in that group was trouble. And this King of Swords did not see that. They thought, oh, just give them a fair chance. You know, they couldn't be that bad. That's really how they were thinking. There's something about this person that is also concerned about their image. And so whereas you are very comfortable with setting boundaries, this person was afraid of seeming non-sociable or antisocial, I guess we could say. They did not want to seem mean, rude, and I'm hearing not cool. So there could be some high school behavior here. They didn't want to seem uncool. Like, really? I mean, yeah, okay. Let me not be judgy. Okay. But there was an aspect of like peer pressure here where they didn't want to go against this group. But you know what I just got? Is that there's also somebody in this group who was doing manipulative practices to reel this person in. So it's not like they were just sitting over there minding their business. This group was very toxic, and there is someone in this group who is extremely toxic. So it feels like it could be a narcissist and they're flying monkeys. So this person never intended to be a flying monkey, but they may have played along with that role just a little bit, or for a little while, I'm getting, because they were under some manipulative spell work, or it could even be gossip, pressure, okay? Okay, journey and cornucopia. Whatever awaits you on this journey regarding this person and this group that you've been through, okay? You're on a journey of abundance. You got 2 and 11 here. Look at that. So that's something that kind of brings all this into perspective too, is that now enough time has passed where your journey is clear and it's clearly abundant. Everybody can see that you were the right choice. You were on the right path. You chose correctly. And so now, look, I didn't even show the King of Swords, but now the King of Swords is like, oh, I see clearly now. So that's another reason why they're coming through as the King of Swords, is because they have clarity now. You know, the King of Swords knows what's up. Even if they didn't know before. They've been through a process. They've been on a journey that has led to them having clear understanding and clear judgment as well, because that's another reason why that Judgment card is coming through. This King of Swords knows that you are an extremely abundant, divine, and intuitive being. And they know that whatever guidance it was that you gave them, perhaps at that time they were a Page of Swords or a Knight of Swords. I'm really getting Knight, okay? So they were impulsive and they moved forward too quickly, too hastily towards this toxic group. Okay? Yeah, but you're definitely seen as the abundant one and the wise one. We got storm warning and door to personal healing and happiness. Divine, is there anything regarding a storm that needs to be known? Anything regarding a storm or a situation that... Okay, hostilities. What about these hostilities, Divine? Fourth chakra, heart chakra. Yin yang. Rest and rejuvenation. Okay, so there have been hostilities involved in this situation. A lot of battle. Look, that's the second card that came out like that. There's battle and hostilities. This could be what felt like a tower to you. If this group or someone in this group was battling you, okay? They may have tried to make things really, really difficult for you. And somehow they may have used this King of Swords to try to do that. They may have tried to pass some negative energy. Especially if you and this King of Swords have maintained contact, okay? This could be someone who's in your life, but you just distanced yourself from them because they were so heavily associated, 3232 on the timer, with this toxic group. There's balance that's coming regarding the fourth chakra, the Anahata, the heart chakra. Peace and balance are being restored. And I feel like this is also something that's very important for this King of Swords right now as well. They are... Oh yeah, because Spirit said this involves a soul level upgrade or initiation. So this King of Swords is the one that's being asked to step into a transformation. And this could pertain to you as well. Just more development, more enrichment within your heart chakra, okay? More balance. There could also be more balance between you for those of you who are open to connecting with this King of Swords. So far in this reading, I have not seen anything coming from this King of Swords that feels like they were ever out to get you. It does feel like they were under manipulation of someone else. They were under spell work of someone else. And that has come to me intuitively. I'll check the energy of Afflictions deck. But it feels like they were not balanced. They were acting out of ego. And they made an impulsive and slightly immature choice to go to someone who was not right for them. A part of this is kind of like you live and you learn. This King of Swords was meant to go on a journey where they had an experience with this toxic group because they needed to respect your gifts. They needed to understand that as the King of Swords, perhaps their strength is logic, being analytical, seeing the facts, not missing a single detail, okay? Perhaps they're more observant, whereas you are more deeply intuitive. So there are different aspects of yourselves that this person, whether this is a friend, a family member, a lover, they are being asked to honor who you are and your gifts and how you see things with this yin and yang, okay? You could be more of a feminine energy because they're coming through as King of Swords. And with the yin and yang being there, it feels like you might be a more feminine energy. So what's coming to you, I feel, and to this King of Swords is rest and rejuvenation. So this feels like Four of Swords to me. This feels like healing. It feels like whatever hostilities and battle has been going on, okay? This is also due to a lot of projections from this toxic group. So it feels like the connection between you and the King of Swords was heavily impacted by their willingness to go to this toxic group. It opened up a portal. I think even when I was talking about them going to the toxic group, it was at 11:11. I have to play it back and see. But they definitely opened up a portal at that time. But that portal is closed. Ashe. And that's something that you can visualize as well. Because I guarantee you that someone in this group has been trying to keep that portal open. They've been trying to heavily influence this King of Swords and the connection between the two of you. This could be like where, you know, there's a toxic bunch of cousins and they're battling siblings, you know, so the siblings are at odds with each other because the cousins are all toxic and talking about, you know, it feels like something like that. It could be a situation where a lover trusted extended family members that you had warned them about, and that opened up negative energy to come into your relationship and impact the connection between you. So visualization done to close that portal and cleanse the energy. You can do a divine purge. I have a video called Divine Purge. Any kind of cleansing, cord cutting, that is so helpful, okay? And because this reminds me so much of the Four of Swords, Divine is saying that meditation is definitely your friend, okay? And I know that some of you meditate regularly, and some of you might not sit in this position when you regulate, but you might meditate when you're cleaning the kitchen or vacuuming or doing whatever it is that you do in your day where you can turn that into a meditative practice. Visualize, if this is something that you want, where you want to improve this connection with this sibling, with this family member, with this lover, with this friend, visualize the energy between you being cleansed and protected. And visualize a protective wall of fire around you, or protective bubble, whatever it is that works for you, okay, that resonates with you and the way that you work your energy, okay? I did want to, okay, yeah, the energies of affliction. I do want to see specifically what these people were trying to send towards the connection between you and this person, or how they were trying to influence this King of Swords. Divine, what was being done by this toxic group or a toxic person in this group to influence this person in a negative way? Shamanic manipulation and spiritual narcissism. Okay, yeah, so they were telling this person that you didn't know what you were doing, that you were not meditating accurately, that you were not using like whatever it was that they were saying. They sounded a hot mess because they don't know what they're talking about, and they use their ego to defend themselves. And that's never, well, if you want to be spiritual, why would you defend your spiritual practices with your ego and try to tear someone else down? It doesn't make sense. That in and of itself is not spiritual, right? Because people can connect with the divine in whatever way works for them. But where this person goes wrong is they try to manipulate others. They're not working with their own energy. They're trying to manipulate people. Okay? So this is the misuse of spiritual beliefs or practices for self-serving purposes, often disguised as enlightenment. Yeah, this person was saying, I am the enlightened one. And what this person is doing, referring to you, referring to the collective, is, you know, against the so-and-so tradition of the, like, their argument about what you do had nothing to do with whether you were sending positive energy or you were enlightened or not. They were trying to attack the methods, the techniques that you use. Like saying really insignificant things, like maybe the way you shuffle your cards, or the way you play a singing bowl, or something like that. You know, something very trivial that doesn't matter. Or saying that they know of a certain Vedic practice that you're not aligned with, or something like that. It was something really dumb that has no bearing on what you are able to manifest and how you're able to grow and how you're able to help others. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. So when this spiritual narcissist can show what they're doing to help others and to support the people around them in a meaningful way, you know, if they were doing that, they wouldn't have time to criticize you and the way you sit when you meditate. Okay. All right. So also shamanic manipulation. So a misuse of shamanic practices or spiritual rituals to control, harm, or manipulate others' energy for selfish purposes. So that's specifically what they were doing with this King of Swords. They wanted to manipulate the way that this King of Swords saw them. I'm getting that they wanted them, the King of Swords, and everyone else to see them as the star. It's something about that. And you know, we already had Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with the King of Swords. There's something about air energy with this chart, or with this chart. They might have a lot of air energy in their chart. 4141 on the timer. Something about air energy with this reading. Okay. They really wanted to manipulate this person's thoughts about you. So, Divine, what is coming through regarding this beautiful being moving forward from this toxic group and from their influence and their intentions toward this beautiful being and the King of Swords? Okay, you're a fortune weaver. You're spinning the web of prosperity. That keeps coming through. Cornucopia. It says small actions lead to big rewards. Focus on consistency and patience. These people wanted to impact your consistency. Okay? They wanted you to not be able to consistently show up for your goals in order to weave your dreams and your fortunes. Okay? In order to manifest them. Also, they wanted this King of Swords to not have patience with you. They wanted you both to be impatient with each other, like to give up on each other. I really keep seeing two siblings that are like fighting so horribly. Like they have their backs turned to each other. And it's like all they have to do is turn around and stop seeing the illusion that these toxic beings have put up. It's like it's all illusions. And you see clearly. There could have been a time where you did see the illusion, but you recognized it. 4343 on the timer. And that's what's happened, is that this person, that's 7 and 7. So luck has set in. This King of Swords now sees everything beyond the illusions, okay? In fact, I'm seeing with this spider, they see the web that the spider was weaving. And they see clearly now. What else, Spirit, about this situation? Yeah, you're wearing a crown of confidence. Wear the mantle of self-assurance. Confidence is your armor in battle. There we go again with battle. So never allow these people, even if they try things in the future, which their karma is definitely setting in because somebody going to prison, okay? Or either they're already there. But never allow them to shake your confidence, okay? Because in fact, whatever it is that they're battling you for, it just shows that They know you have the crown. You don't battle somebody that, if you feel that you have what you need, you don't need to come at somebody with warfare, because you're good. These people battle you because you have the crown. They can't take it. They can't take it. Yeah, wisdom or wings of freedom, but wisdom too, you have that. You're very wise. You soar above limitations that they have tried to put on you, and you break free from anything that holds you down. It says, release any fears or constraints and embrace your limitless potential. You were born to rise, and now is the time to spread your wings and fly. Oh, I'm hearing that song by Sounds of Blackness. Spread your wings and fly. Oh, yeah, it's Black Butterfly. You can do most anything your heart desires. Yeah, freedom comes from understanding who you are. I'm gonna link that ASMR video, because I did a video with that song, and it's about the freedom of the butterfly and being unique and being yourself. So that's the energy that's coming through for you, beautiful being. And at the bottom, we've got sacred balance and Phoenix rising. So there's balance that's being restored to this relationship between you and whoever this is for you, this King of Swords, okay? Finding harmony between action and rest. Success requires both effort and pause. So there will have to be, if you want to manifest reconnection with this King of Swords, which it's what they want, okay? So if you want it as well, then we have a match, right? But finding harmony between action and rest, and rest and rejuvenation came through. So it's like taking action towards your healing with one another in order to understand one another. I feel like whenever you're mending a relationship, understanding is so important. Being willing to truly listen to that person in order to understand them, not to criticize them, not to judge them, but to understand their experience, their feeling, and understanding that even if you don't agree with their feeling, it's just how they feel. And allowing them to express that is an important part of that reconnection process. But then also rest. So not forcing it too much. You know, just being kind of like, you know, if this reconnection is meant to happen and it's divinely blessed, then the universe will create a way. As long as you're protecting your energy and protecting the connections with people around you that you love and care about, divine will definitely create opportunities for you to reconnect with this person and to heal whatever has been temporarily injured, okay? But there will be a balance of action, like active healing, communication, understanding, and then rest, where you're kind of like meditative, reflecting. You might be like, say for example, this is what I'm getting. This person might explain something to you that they have trouble with or that frustrates them. And if you kind of just let them know, okay, I hear you, I understand, and it's my goal to understand you more, then you rest. Divine will bring you either a video, a short, a song that helps explain to you what's going on, and it will break it down for you so that you're able to understand it and then share that with that person and be like, is this what you meant? You know, things like that will happen on the road of recovery. Because a lot of times in the spiritual community and tarot communities, we talk a lot about boundaries and barriers, but there is a time to rebuild as well. You know, some people were like, never ever, honey. Never ever, okay? But there are some people that we're supposed to go on a journey of recovery and repair with. And so, yeah, and you're the Phoenix rising. So you're transforming setbacks into opportunities for growth. That's what you do. That is what you do, okay? Oh, I'm so grateful for this message. And I'm so grateful for all of the blessings that are coming to you, beautiful being. It's so wonderful. I feel like this, for some of you, the tower that came through at the very beginning could have been that breakdown in the relationship between you and this person. But yeah, when Divine said that it was meant to be shaken up, it's like whatever distance was created between you and this person, the act of repairing what has been injured between you is going to repair things that were broken and maybe overlooked before this whole distance was created. So it's going to make the relationship better than it even was before all of this happened. So the blessings are going to be very, very bountiful for you. Okay? Ashe. Thank you so much, Spirit, for these messages, and thank you, beautiful being, for tuning in to hear them. And I hope that you got something great out of this reading, whether it was clarity or, I don't know, some company. I think about that too. Like sometimes I just listen to a video because it's like I like the person's voice or whatever. But I hope you got some insight or some good vibes, something. And I love you, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy, and I wish you so many blessings. Take care.